guys, it's me, Chipmunk. So, as I hope all of you know, April is Autism Awareness Month. Now, what most people don't know is I've worked with a bunch of kids that have been on the spectrum. One of my best friend's brothers is on the spectrum. He is autistic. And I'm going to tell you my personal story about autism. It's not like it's a bad thing that my friend's brother has it and then I don't. Here's my personal story with autism. My best friend, let's call her Leslie, her older brother, let's call him Ronald, has autism. And Ronald, I consider to be like my older brother. But there's just one thing that Ronald can't do that I can. He can't talk. He can't communicate on a level like you and me. I can talk face to face with you, no problem, have a conversation. I might stutter a little bit, but that's how I talk. What Ronald does is he's high functioning. He can wash his hair, take a shower, eat. He loves to play video games, especially Mario, but he can't communicate. And one day, Leslie got her hair stuck in their swing set, and Ronald tried to get their mother's attention, and Leslie was not hurt, but she was hurting really badly, and all Ronald could say was, "Leslie, Leslie, Leslie, swing set," and what's terrifying is she can't be left home alone because Leslie can take care of herself. But if something were to happen to Ronald, but if something were to happen to Leslie like that day, Ronald can't really do anything. He loves to sing. Whenever he sees me, he goes Bella's whistle, Bella's tongue. I love to see him all the time. He honestly is a joy. Whenever we go over and watch a movie, we buy a 2-pound bag of popcorn because he loves popcorn. He loves cake. A lot of people, when they think of autism, they think of people having meltdowns. Ronald, honestly, I have never seen him violent at all. He repeats things a lot. He'll repeat things if I were to say, "Oh, that's so funny," he'll repeat it. He's like a parrot almost. And he'll repeat songs he loves to sing. He's very tall, and I want to say he turned 18 this year. 18 or 19 years old. So yeah, and I've also worked with a kid that's on the spectrum at my job. I am a camp counselor during the summer, and one of the kids I was working with, he was a twin and he was on the spectrum. Now, because I've been around Ronald, I had a slight suspicion. Because there were also kids in my school that were on the spectrum. We have a self-containment room where we have autistic kids in there. So I had the suspicion he was on the spectrum, but you can't come out and ask a parent, "Oh, is your child autistic?" Because that's just plain rude. I just kind of brushed it off, kind of treated him like I would any other kid. And before 2 or 3 days before camp was to end, the kid cried. He didn't want to go home because he promised his mom he wouldn't cry because it was our carnival. But he cried and he was terrified she was going to do something. He was hiding behind me, cowering. And I'm a 17 back then, 16. No, I was 15 years old at the time. And he was just cowering behind me, terrified to face his mother. And I just was talking to her about what happened and explained everything, and she was like, "Oh yeah," it was auditory and response something, but it was on the spectrum for autism. And I'm like, I knew it. Autism isn't a bad thing. Autism is not a scary thing. Some of the best people in my life, working with that kid and with Ronald, being with around Ronald, they honestly are the happiest people I've ever met. They just don't give a care in the world and just will do what they want and be happy, be merry, just live their life as they are. And it's honestly a great thing to see. I love to see him at the lake. they process things differently than us. Like, in my head, I can be like 2 plus 2 equals 4, but in their head, they get 4, but of a different way, which is the best way I can explain it. And there's some, like, Ronald is very smart. He can memorize video game concepts and levels and beat the levels, like, and remember how to beat them too. If you know anyone in your life that is on the spectrum, be patient with them. That's the biggest tip I can give you. They might not get things right away because they're processing everything. If they become overwhelmed, just help them calm down. Don't yell at them. Don't, like, if it's something sensory, so like if they smell something, try and get them away from that smell. If it's the noise, try and get them away from the noise. Ask their caretaker how to help get them out of like an overwhelming sensation. Just be patient, work with them as best as you can. If you can't, like, if you feel like you're gonna snap, just walk away and calm down and then come back to them, because they're trying to work just as hard as you are. Please comment down below if you have anyone in your life that is autistic, or share your story with autism. I wore blue on April 2nd. April 2nd is the Autism Awareness Day. So please like, comment, and subscribe. And remember, I'm Chipmunk, and stay true to who you are. Bye!